And hello everybody, it's I, Roguescaper. You insomniacs out there, well, tonight hopefully you have something to listen to as you struggle to go to sleep. It's a little bit of a late start. I've been busy just kind of getting the fine details all put together, but the Rogue Studio is mostly operational at this point. So it's been exciting progress, just rebuilding this and putting up lights, and I do plan on giving it a bit more of a thorough tour as I finish up the last details off camera. But it's exciting. I'm in a room. We're gonna put up some more sound insulation, and we have everything where we need to be. No more knocking over my painting racks. Fans of the channel know I've been a cluttered mess for far too long. So this is really exciting for me. It's a lot more just enjoyable to paint, and I'm hoping it creates just a lot better workflow where things kind of just don't get stuck and in the big mess that I had. I was in a remodeled garage before, so it was tough. So yeah, we're here. I'm liking it. We got the paints all up in one spot, all those black boxes right there, all my Heroscape figures. Gotta really have fun setting up studio lights and decorations. So I'm excited about that. But that's enough yammering for me. Oh, not that one. We are going to be painting today and seeing if everything's working out. Try to update the visuals a bit, and kind of been meaning to do this for a while, so it's kind of a late start to a refresh. So I haven't been super active a lot of places, mainly because I've been trying to get this all up in hanging shelves and carrying stuff upstairs. It's been a bit of a hassle. I'm going to paint these, if you've seen these on the Discord, and my style of the kind of my Phantom Knight Revenants here, and I was going to walk through it. Pretty simple formula, nothing too spicy or crazy. We are using black green from Pro Grill as our base. It's a nice strong dark green. Some of these Cinethil, you can honestly start with a black base. It's just as fine. The underlayer isn't going to matter too much. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And again, if you have an airbrush, you can kind of get this part done really fast. But I figured I want something kind of easy tonight while I talk about this upcoming renegadecon. You know, it's going to be a big one. I of course, have some insider information, so I know there's going to be some good reveals. But the stuff I don't know everything. And stuff I don't know, I would love to talk about. Let me know your theories or your crazy thoughts. Really excited to see what the kind of the chain sword fighters, I forget the name of the Indian chain whip fighter guys are gonna do. I'm hoping they're monks. Monks could really use some love in Heroscape. They haven't seen them for a while. And also, kind of with all these new alliances going on, it'd be kind of monks are a thing that are shared between both sides. I think we're going to get some really good Aquila love, like something that maybe bolsters her, or as you look at Aquila's army, none of them are tied to Aquila as a general. Like, there's no reason just to choose exclusively Aquila units. So I'm hoping she gets some kind of unifying synergy with her, or with the other members of the alliance of Ular's guys. Another, they actually share a lot of classes together. Aquila and Ular. The theme has ever been diminished. They have like hunters and scouts and monks and wizards with the Dryans now. So there's a lot of room to make that kind of alliance work. We have the Meridians, which I assume are going to be Jandar. A nice Jandar squad will be good to have. Which I'm interested to see what they do. I'm not super excited about the pose of them. They seem kind of, you know, the pose is uninteresting to me. But maybe I like them more when they're in purpose. Welcome to chat, Lucas. Lucas Kraus. Hope you're doing well this this Thursday evening. Doing some late night painting. Better late than never is what I say. Meant to go live about 2 hours ago, but I've just kept on finding new little things I've been wanting to fix for a while. I figured now is the time to get it done. And we're just applying this layer of green over the entire model here. What else do we have here? I have them all saved, so maybe I'll... just had some messages. Oh, pop up. Everyone's messaging me. Let's see what else we got. Oh, the ninja bike riders are going to be really exciting. I'm hoping they're common just so you can have, like, you know, 10 ninja bike riders in your start zone. That's the biggest thing, is are these like revealed units? Are they going to be common or unique? Like, I kind of hope the boar riders are unique for the same reason. We have my boy, the Green Knight, kind of previewed on one of the promotional stuff. I love the Green Knight as a myth and as a legend, so I'm really just happy to see him in the game. And we're just taking our time on this today. That's why I kind of picked these guys, doing more of a broad color scheme. That way I figured I'd be talking a lot and wouldn't be paying too much attention to the actual painting I'm doing. You want a nice solid coat for these guys. This area underneath the wings is a bit of a hassle to get to. That's why I recommend just kind of priming these guys like a black, maybe with a little bit of zenithal, just in case you can't reach some of these areas. You can really just kind of have it look like shadow. So Heroscape asked me to paint like 5 squads of these guys. So I painted them like in a like a zombified kind of undead look, like the other Kyrie leaders like Miserex and Kilcrax. And it was a lot of work. These guys are big, but they have a surprising amount of details. They're also kind of like different, so it's hard to get into like a flow state where you can just kind of assembly line. Like you can assembly line paint them at like 5 at a time, but you can't use the same colors if you're using like their standard scheme. Because they're also very different color-wise. It will announce Heroscape Worlds Beyond. SpongeBob models will be coming next year, followed by 2 years of Marvel. And there will be canon. You will like it. Oh no. Like the G.I. Joe stuff that's been revealed and released so far is really fun to play with. The only bad part about it is the canonicity to Heroscape is tough, if not limiting, for the story of both respective properties. Yeah, I mean, Heroscape is a game for it. Everyone loves their crossovers. Yeah, we'll get, you know, SpongeBob would be tough. SpongeBob would be a tough one to have. Marvel would be okay. We already had a Marvel set, and it wasn't very good. Just the power scaling is too strong. Maybe if they did more like street level superheroes, like a Daredevil and yeah, stuff like that would be maybe a bit more fun. Because I think a good Heroscape IP integration is definitely, you have to have that sense of an army or command field on battle. Although, I mean, if they released SpongeBob Heroscape, I guess I have to get it. I have to. They have me by the hook, line, and sinker. Like I would have to get it, and I guess I would have to like it. Watch SpongeBob be meta, and you know, Plankton is just broken. That's the world. There's an alternate timeline where that's possible, I guess. Just salty about Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I don't play, but I heard it's been kind of a sour spot for many people in the community. I don't even have anything against Magic. It's just I don't have enough spare income to justify another hobby. Especially one that promotes like blind boxes. Like I cannot, I have a problem. Like I would go bankrupt with blind boxes. I think I have a bit of gambling tendencies that I actively try to avoid. On to the next one. I think this is my favorite model of the bunch. I don't think my chat is linked up. My little chat bot I try to install, so I'll fix that later. Let's see if I can get another way. I'll worry about it later. Now, when was Magic at its peak? Like, when was Magic the most fun to play? Because everyone loves it. Everyone's always talking to me about Magic. Got the G.I. Joe question right in the toys and games category of bar trivia today. Is that because of Heroscape, or is that did you just come in with prior G.I. Joe knowledge? Because I know nothing about G.I. Joe. I'm pretty new to all this. I've been trying to explore the IP. There's some fun stuff and there's some dumb stuff. I have a deeper appreciation for the jokes in that one community episode, though. Educated guess, actually. One time, yeah, I kind of get that. One time I was playing Trivial Pursuit Star Trek, and I'm not a Star Trek fan. You know, like not like I hate it. It's just it's another thing that I just haven't explored too deeply. And I just answered Spock for every question, and I got like 33% of them right. So, you know, sometimes a wild guess is the best guess you got. Magic was the best specifically when I started playing it 2014. You know, that tracks. Nothing like the good old days. I yearn for that kind of that simplicity of like that 2009 to 2015 time of gaming and toys. It was just kind of, things were good. Like the Lego sets in that time frame were so good. memory serves me well, you know, Lego heads may correct me, but I remember just Legos and just games. There's tons of pre-painted games to play and just a lot. It seems like there was just a lot more stuff to do kind of around that era. Which company introduced G.I. Joe in 1964? What company was that? I assume it's not Hasbro, as they probably snatched up later. And we're just kind of working on these guys. Like Revna loves these tiny little bones on these on her little soldiers, and today I'm saying, nah, we're going broad paints. We're going for easy here. But honestly, I kind of like it better than the paint job. They definitely feel a lot more undead when it's all said and done, so I'm a fan. And it also kind of allows me to kind of like ignore their huge size. 'Cause I love these models. They're just a little bit too big, a little too chunky. It was Hasbro? Okay, so they had it. It's the beginning. But everything's kind of Hasbro. That's Hasbro is the stock, the Spock of who owns a toy or a board game question. I guess there's Hasbro or Mattel. That's pretty much it. It was, when Heroscape was released, it was under Parker Brothers, but I think Parker Brothers is part of Hasbro, if memory serves me well. I might be wrong on that. No, Hasbro has a license now, and it couldn't be Mattel because it was created to be the Barbie for boys and compete. Ah, so it's kind of a that tracks. It pretty much that's pretty much what it is. Kids just want to smash plastic together. It's innate into the human spirit. Yeah, Hasbro approach. Yeah, that's right. So, any big predictions for renegadecon tomorrow? Now that we actually have some people in chat, I was talking about it a little bit earlier. I have some thoughts. I'd be happy to reiterate them if anyone wants to. But I'm most curious about the ninjas. I think I have an idea of what their powers will be, but I want to see how they play out. If they're, I assume they're going to be an Utgar squad, and that means they probably will have some, you know, let's say you could pair them up with Loviadak and Raylan 3.0. You could be looking at like 9 move figures or 8 move figures as a squad. Unfortunately, Masters of the Universe is Mattel, so Heroscape He-Man is unlikely. One crossover that would be great. Yeah, that's going to be a tough pick right there. Because I do think I'm not super familiar with He-Man, but I think it would fit the vibe of Heroscape really, really well. Like a He-Man model with changing powers would be cool. I mean, we're halfway there with Raylan's tiger. Just paint him green and you're good to go. And the Skeletor mini would be great. And I assume there's some like minion guys you can do for squads. Knowing very little about He-Man. I don't know a lot about a lot of things. I know a lot about very specific things. Was the He-Man movie any good? Haven't had a chance to see it, but it looked decent. Yeah, I saw it's hex based too, even. It's kind of like a hex, at least movement system or something in it. So it's unlikely. Like, I would love Star Wars and Heroscape, but it's unlikely just because there's so many Star Wars miniature games that are honestly just a little bit more appealing to the hobby market. But one can hope. Maybe if they did like an old Republic Star Wars, kind of like a different era. My monkey's paw would be like, it'd be the sequel era of Star Wars where you just have to have like the Resistance. But Clone Wars, honestly, if they were to do one era, Clone Wars works so well for Heroscape just because you have so many common units that you can create between the clones and the droids. But you also have really cool heroes too. But next is most likely going to be Power Rangers. Like, that's the most obvious one. Took the day off tomorrow to watch all the renegadecon coverage. I lucked out. I had work, but then I didn't because it just kind of got rescheduled. My job's kind of flux. My dad is my boss, and he's going out of town, so he's like, all right, I'm going on my vacation. I don't want to have to answer calls while I'm in the office, so you just can have the day off. And I was like, cool. I was going to be half working anyways because it's like you really have to spend all day on Discord. You have to spend all day watching it if you want to stay up to date on everything that's going on. And as a content creator, you have to like take notes and pay attention and write it all down if you want to make a video about it. And then I gotta like talk about it and argue about it. It's kind of an event. And also, you know, for me, I do have a video kind of showing, so I want to be anxiously kind of like hovering around that as that's shown, which I'm excited to have that one drop. And do I think that will they release any new G.I. Joe figures? I think not for this renegadecon. I think there's just too much new stuff. It's going to get messy. I think for the winter one, they'll announce a wave 2 of G.I. Joe. I think G.I. Joe overall has been very positively received by both the community and people outside the community. So I could definitely, I think it's not if, it's when. And I think it's going to be later this year. I can't imagine they'll like have a whole new battle box for an IP with so much other stuff like that. That might literally break the camel's back for some people, just because it is hard to, you know, if you want to kind of maintain your collection, it's hard to have everything at the speed they release it sometimes. Like, there's worse problems in the world admittedly than having too much Heroscape, but sometimes it feels like, man, I just made a video, now I got to make another video. My new stuff. So I'm hoping we just get the remainder of Secrets of the Citadel and maybe a teaser for next year of what's coming. Either that's wave 2 of G.I. Joe or Power Rangers. Tried to see Power Ballad instead. A big Paul Rudd fan. My brother's a big fan of the director who made Sing Street. Okay, I really enjoyed that. Also didn't hurt the tickets go on sale for Zach Top's tour, trying to get tickets for St. Paul show in October with Marty Stewart. Yeah, it's a fun time to go see all that kind of stuff. I finally actually was able to go to the theaters for my birthday. I was able to see The Mandalorian and Grogu, which, you know, is not really a movie. It's just 3 TV episodes stapled together, but I don't know. I don't think it was the best movie, but I think I was just happy to see a Star Wars in theater. So, like, I had a good time. I saw an IMAX, so the gunshots felt loud in my chest. But reflecting back on it, yeah, it's definitely not the best movie in the world. While doing DoorDash, and the wife was worried that Heroscape might stop again. I have that worry too. You know, it's going to happen someday. I hope we have a long time before that happens, because I like having an active community and people to talk to and events to go to. It's been really fun. I'm going to be going to the Alliance War up in Wichita the 20th. So it's an actual alliance war where you have to pick two, you know, you have the point limits and you have to pick two factions and make like a 500-point army. So I'm trying to see if I can build a good Ular Aquila army, but it's tough with the releases right now, so I might have to abandon that. I guess green skills maybe is good, but I don't really have a lot of green skills, and I don't want to print them off. So one downside of my new studio is there's no space for my resin printer, so I might have to take a break from that for a little bit, which is probably for the best. I'm so backed up on just actual models, I haven't had time to print too much. Wait till we get a new house or a shed or something for it. Figure out how to use my filament printer, maybe in the meantime. I haven't picked up any of the G.I. Joe Commons or Revenants of Revna yet, but we are so close to renegadecon. I'm waiting to see what's revealed before purchasing your Cobra Troopers. Yeah, it's tough. It's gonna be Sophie's choice, I think, for some people. We're just like, you have to, because I hate how they just release like all the stuff in Secrets of the Citadel are some of my favorite sculpts and powers and just stuff we've seen so far. So it's just like, for me, I'm a little bit of a completionist, so I'll find a way to get all the stuff. But for some people who can only afford like one set, it's tough. It is tough to narrow it down, especially for these commons. And then even if you do get the commons, if you just go for the unpainted, you have a whole stack of things to paint. Get you out of here. Had to prioritize Ranox and Chaingrets. I think that's a good decision. I think they're pretty. I think they have the most potential to get better over time, and they're already pretty good as is. Kind of standalone. Like, I just wish the Rannoch box just had like a uncommon Viper hero with them instead of the Elites of Ular, because I love the Rannochs. I've been wanting to play them. Ooh, I could play Rannochs with the Alliance War. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know if they have good Aquila support, but Rannochs would be a pretty good field. If they had VC, if it was a VC event, then I would do like Wolves and Rannoch. Sounds pretty fun. Get that Hunter attack boost from, is it Manawavi? I don't know. Ninja and Bike sounds like something for G.I. Joes. Yeah, it definitely does seem like a G.I. Joe coded. At least from what I can tell, it's going to be from the Twilight Clan, like the same kind of vein as Isamu, based off just like the logos on the bike and stuff like that. So, but I mean, ninjas are eating well recently. Like they are getting a lot of support that they need. Which is fun. Ninjas are pretty cool. They needed it. Now, what's a faction that could use some support? Honestly, I'm hoping we get some Hunter synergy. They kind of all exist on their own. Some are good, some are bad, but there's no unity for Hunter armies. So it'd be nice to have something to kind of be a Hunter just cohesion unit. I'm hoping the bios talk a lot about Taman the Hunter. This is an Ular Kyrie, and he's shown up in like 4 bios, and I'm just wondering when is he going to be released, because the way the bios talk about him, like, oh yeah, Taman the Hunter, he raised the crackling. Oh yeah, Taman the Hunter, he was Ular's representative. Oh, Taman the Hunter fought in this battle. I'm like, who is Taman? When is he showing up? Mohican River Tribe is scout, so it could be thematic build with a Phoenix Warlord. I would love a unit that somehow makes all the Vipers somehow play together. Something that just kind of makes the scouts and hunters kind of work together. That'd be really nice. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Just something that works with scouts and hunters. Kind of like different roles. I think it was the Makwa tribe from VC kind of does that really well. It creates some interesting armies. I didn't like anything from the recent sets of the new Eisenachs, honestly. Yeah, the Eisenachs are pretty good. I think, honestly, the recent sets are all pretty mid at best. Like, these aren't my favorite. I like the Raynox just because I like snakes. But, I mean, in terms of just visuals, I really love Thorman and the Kraken. Those ones are pretty cool, too. But that's like, that's not for everyone. That is not a unit for everyone. But I like playing heroes in Heroscape, so any unit that makes hero-only armies viable is a win in my book. But people will be sleeping on Thorman. He can do a lot of damage because he just has the ability to give himself so much support from other units. The Kraken's nasty too. Did you see the black Rannoch Vipers from Slugscape? I know he posted that video. Is that the one they painted, or? Let's see here. Because I did want to paint a pair of black. Let's see here. Oh, those are cool. Those are cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind some elite Rannoch Vipers. Or rather, just a Rannoch Warlord is really what I want. Thorman is a good model for sure. Just almost entirely off whether I want to paint them or not, though. Yeah, Thorman's getting the luxury treatment. I'm giving him like the 5-star painting treatment. For the most part, I give most of my commons like a 1 or 2-star painting treatment just to get them done. But Thorman, I plan on spending a lot of. We'll probably just have a month of Thorman streams where we kind of we build Thorman up together. Just take our time building the players and making them look pretty. That's kind of my plan. Once renegadecon dies down, I have a chance to actually get some stuff done. But no, I just looked at the black Rannoch Vipers. Those look pretty good. That was kind of something I wanted to do as well. But I like how my Morrow Vipers turned out too. I'm happy with how they look. An elite Rannoch Viper hero, that'd be good. Honestly, just another Viper Warlord or just Ular Warlord would be very much appreciated. Even if Cobra troops kind of make that a little hard. Cobra troopers are so stupid in every way. They're just silly. Just a 4-man. The fact that the green shirts are so bad and the troopers are so good is so funny to me. Like a 4-man squad that bonds with warlords and then gets boosts from all uniques and doesn't have any limitations to the bonding. They can move and bond. I guess they have to be next to them, but literally just sit in your start zone and wait for people to come to you is all you have to do. I'm afraid they don't have any area of explosion attacks. And then they have some of the strongest hitting heroes. They're silly. Like compared to like Joe, which is pretty even keel, honestly. Like how is Baroness 120 and Duke is 140? Like they're almost identical stats, except Baroness can disengage and can take a turn with anyone. because of the Crimson Twins ability. I just think Duke's aura should have been bigger. Like, it feels like it's hard to make that 2-space aura work well with the army, especially since you have to use an order marker to activate him. But maybe he'll get some more support. Alright, we are just getting these guys all painted up here. Good old-fashioned assembly line method. We need more Joes for Duke. Yeah, he definitely needs some more hero. Honestly, he needs some people to give him a little bit more defense. Like, that 3 defense, he folds so quickly. I call him, at least in this game, I call him Dookie, because he has failed me so many times. It's just, if any common squad concentrates attack on him, he's out in 1 or 2 turns. So we need... isn't there that one medic G.I. Joe guy? It'd be good if he could be almost like some reactive healing, which is something we haven't seen yet. Like, healing that happens on another player's turn would be really good. That way you can kind of stop yourself from getting one shot. Even if it's he takes the wounds, I don't know if that's thematic for his ability or whatever, but I just do think they need some way to mitigate wounds. I wish the green shirts just did that. That if they were next to any G.I. Joe or soldier hero, that they would take the wounds instead of the hero. But maybe that's not thematic to how they work. But that would be nice. That way you can kind of move them up together. They don't even need bonding at that point. They kind of just work as a unit, and you can kind of help your Joe heroes stay alive longer. But I think the Joes are also really good compared to other heroes of the same. Like, Joes are the worst part of the G.I. Joe box, but they're still pretty strong compared to classic Heroscape, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think another wave of strong Joes would be very much appreciated. Like, Scarlet's really good, but she's fragile too. Like, we need, like, just a sturdy unit. Or green shirts can do first aid. Yeah, make them a healing squad. The green shirts, I felt like, were a missed opportunity. Moving them, even if the green shirts could move like common, just any soldiers, that way you can kind of use them. You don't need to like mass them, and you can just have like one squad and develop your G.I. Joes while they move in, kind of like the Pathfinders do. It's just, they just feel a little, and they're more than the Cobra Troopers. And they have less range. I just don't understand why the Cobra Troopers have 6 range. If they had 5 range, they'd be okay, because then they're like very short range, and they're going to get outpaced by a lot of things. But 6 range is kind of like the upper limit of the range. Any more than that, you're getting to like range specialist, like Savaris or the Krav Maga, like units that kind of focus entirely on that range aspect. And I guess we have currently the great bows, but like 4 troopers will, even if the great bows kill them both turns, that's still only half a squad gone, and then they can just kind of go up and blast the great bows on their turn. What's the plan with their green color? So we are base coating in this dark green, and we're gonna gradually build up our greens and kind of create these to look like Phantom Knights is the plan. So we're using black green right now, and then we're gonna gradually get brighter until we go to almost like a fluorescent yellow and make them look very spectral in nature. Oh, with the green shirts is that 4th mass and 10th reg exist. Yeah, I do agree. Honestly, the green shirts are what the 4th mass and 10th reg should be, because they're not bad in a vacuum. If you're not facing Cobra Troopers, they're actually pretty good, because they're a 4-man ranged squad. Like, that's always good. And those attacks of 2 really do. I feel like attacks of 2 are more reliable than attacks of 3. Like, I feel like I'm always hitting 2 for 2 skulls with 2 dice. Like, my Nagrubs always do more damage than my than Torkolna does. But I feel like having 2 defense is almost like having 0 defense. Okay. These guys have lots of curves, so you have to make sure you hit all the areas. And I don't even know what the Heroscape expeditions that they teased was going to be about. I'm hoping it's some kind of RPG. I have a lot of friends that play RPGs more so than they play board games and tabletop games. So it'd be nice to play some Escape kind of RPG, because Renegade honestly has a history of doing RPGs with all their other properties. It kind of makes sense to explain why we have the lore book, why we have all this stuff. But that might be a bit of a big undertaking. But it would be fun. Whether the green shirts have modern weapons that shot far less weapons, that the 4th and 10th shoot further than green shirts. Yeah, no gun is more stronger than a World War II rifle. Like, that is... Yeah. The green shirt should have had 6 range, the trooper should have had 5, and then there's some really interesting play between them both in the boxes. Because then you're like, oh, they can outrange, but the troopers can kind of hit harder. So then you have to kind of play around both those things, and I think it's just a fun dual army mechanic. Although I will say I used to like the trouble bubble more than the battlecopter, but I've been using the battlecopter, and that 1 extra fly move and that 1 extra range are really big for actually being useful with those guys. So I will say the GI Joes have a slight edge. Ironically, the trouble bubble is a lot better against Cobra because they're all huddled up. But if you're playing green shirts right, they should all be kind of all around the map next to bushes and just kind of firing from height. $524.24. What am I playing next weekend? Temporary. You are going to How many squads of crabs do you have? I'm pulling up the builder now to see how many you can get in there. I mean, gallery is pretty good in that point format. You get a lot of units. Run 7 molten crustaceans, and you still have 200 points left to play with. Do it. Make your opponents hate you and hate yourself. That's no. Maybe don't do that if you want to win. But you know, the best way to win is maybe that both of you have a tough time. It's tough to know. I mean, Reavers are pretty good into that too. You have a lot of figures. 24 figures is pretty good in contemporary. Like unlocks a lot of armies. I think honestly, I think Raynox are underrated, and you could play them in mass in that build. Let's see here. Maybe a heavy hitter. I'm pulling up what I would play here. Honestly, 7 Ranox, Raylan 4.0, and 45 points of filler. You might have a fun time, but you might want to go like a good 150 unit. Yeah, what I would run is 5 times Ranox, Raylan Kyrie Warrior, and Knight Primus Appleburn, just to cover all your bases right there. Yeah, I'm no help for army building. I like to play the weird stuff, but Raylan 4.0 and Raynoxes are really fun combo because you're constantly forcing your opponents to be punished for killing the easily killable squads, and then you have that range support, you have that movement, and then the initiative switch when Raylan swoops in, you can bring the Ranox in and blast all the people around her, reestablishing that aura. It's a pretty fun mix of units. It's strange watching my PC and STV with my 2 different actions. It's because I think you split reality there. You've seen an alternate version of me show up, and reality has divided. It's my only explanation. Yeah, Vrono's a good... Oh yeah, just put Vrono in front of your Ranox as a little wall. Would be nice. It's something different. But I assume in that meta will be Gallery and Reavers, and maybe some Troopers. Ranox are actually kind of good into Troopers if they don't have Serpentor. If they do have Serpentor, then it's pretty tough. Serpentor can chew through Ranox like nobody's business. Serpentor's pretty strong, y'all. I've been brought low by Serpentor many a time. It's tough when they show all the new stuff. It kind of makes me just want to be like, forget all the old units and just like theorize the new stuff. There's an online OST tournament that is you're gonna build 3 pods of 300 points and 12 each, and you know your opponent strikes one. But each pod is VC, Renegade, and Classic Scape. So it's fun build, but all the new preview stuff is allowed. So there's a lot of fun armies you can build that way. I think it's gonna be a really fun event to play in. All right, let's start building up some. Probably should make sure everything is all filled in. Late night coffee break. All right, let's keep going. Tomorrow I'll be doing another live stream with Darkleaf. Those are kind of our post renegadecon. We'll talk about the units and the reveals. So definitely stay tuned for that. I probably won't be doing a live react just because I actually want to pay attention to what they're saying. I know 2 of you will be doing it, but it's like everyone's so excited I actually just can't hear what's going on. Had a fun time with 5 Frantic Serpentor and Baroness. Didn't do well, but had a blast. That does seem pretty fun. You just have a lot of... You pretty much have everything covered there in that army. I'm trying to think of other fun armies. It's the figure total is kind of... It is honestly the limiting of the army building, just because it's... have to chew through so many common figures. I don't think the Revenants are up to snuff yet for contemporary. I think they need one more strong supporting unit to really tie that army together. But they're pretty fun to play with. Played them a couple times and they're pretty good. But I don't think they're better than Phantom Knights. You really have to watch out for those whiffs with these guys when you use their wounding to get that attack buff. Because if you just wound, you know, your hero and that hero doesn't wound anyone, whiffs on the attack, they just took that wound, which is pretty rough. It's a fun army if you can bring in some Gravegrim and some Acolytes and kind of just have a hodgepodge army of undead, though. It's just the movement utility and development is really, really enjoyable. Okay, let's go to our next color now, I think. I say applying the same color. Got our nice dark tone here. Okay. Excellent. Oh. No, I can't express how nice it is just having a new workstation, a new studio. Like I just don't let paint. I put it back on the rack. Right where it goes. No big messes, no knocking over all my paints. It's very nice. All right, let's go to green skin from Army Painter here. We're just going to kind of go up to... Actually, let's go black green from Vallejo. Just pretty much more of a neutral green at this point. Oh, that one's out. Never mind, I'm just lying here. Camo green is what we'll do next. I have spoken. Okay. Just a little bit of camo green. I'm going to put this onto our paper towel and remove the excess. And you're just going to go over the model, catching the edges. Of the texture. These guys actually might need a little bit more time to dry. So maybe, oh, yeah, one guy we didn't paint yet. I guess we could work on him if we really needed to. Yeah, let's do that. Get it done while we're working on it. Oh. I'm running low on black green. It's one of our favorite colors to use. You know what? We're gonna just use similar colors for these guys while we're waiting for this to dry. And then my camera just, I think we weren't plugged in. All right, well, we're gonna wait for this to dry in just a second here, as my phone has to restart because it died. How long are we at here? 10:46. Been doing this for an hour. We got a little bit more time. All right. Well, while we're waiting for my phone to get a little bit of charge into it, and also for this to dry, so it kind of worked out. Let's see if I can pull up the at least stuff that's been previewed so far, so we can talk about it. Maybe not. All right. Well, we'll go to not that one. This one. Here we go. That one. This one. Let's see if I can pull up some of these images of what's been teased so far, so we can talk about it. Let's fix my camera. That went dead. Always plug your cords in, everybody. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Meridians. Yes, I am curious about them. I'm just going to drag them on screen here. Okay, so I'm sure you've all seen these. If not, let's talk about them. So we got these boars here. Common or unique? What's the consensus? I'm hoping they're common. I really hope that we add some common dwarves back into the game. Aquila could use a good win, but I don't know. It's tough. I think the boars and the meridians will probably be in a pack, which would be a pretty good pack. But I'm not sure. I don't like how the meridians are both kind of squatting down. I don't. Are the meridians going to have like anti-Silborg tech? Is that going to be their gimmick? Because in the commercial where they were revealed, they kind of just like run up to a Silborg and just like blast fire repeatedly. So maybe it's going to be kind of like an auto blast thing where they can keep on attacking, but like maybe like a low skull where they just kind of like keep on rolling the odds. I can kind of see them having like 2 attack, but if they don't roll skulls on both, they just get to attack again type of deal or something like that. It kind of depends on if they're common or unique though. But the dwarves are going to be very fun to paint, very easy to paint. Dwarf hero bonding to work with Dorum's charge ability. Yeah, that does make sense. I think they're going to almost be like inverted of the axe grinders. I could see them kind of being like wanting to bond to get attack boost, almost, whereas the axe grinders not want to bond to get the movement boost or something like that. I don't know. They're going to be fun is all I feel. Yeah, Meridians. They're probably going to have some kind of soldier tech just based off Fritz. Like, why is Fritz a soldier? Really, like, he could just be a sniper. It's not like you're using Fritz in a like a soldier army too much, unless you have like points left over. But like, I feel like they're going to do something with soldiers, maybe Jandar soldiers, to kind of tie them together a little bit and make Duke a little bit better. What I'm thinking, I don't know. I have no idea. There's 10 different ways they can go with the Meridians. And it's also hard. I imagine it's going to be very separate from the VC Meridians. I don't like the VC Meridians too much. I just don't feel like none of them have any anti-Solborg tech, which you feel like they should have. And they all are Star Wars figures, so it's hard for me to separate. Like, I like that they have that vague Rebel Alliance look to them, but a very unique look about them as well. I just don't like that they're both crouching. I just don't like crouching models too much. I think it's alright. Maybe they have some kind of form of weight than fire, which we've already gotten a couple variations of. Let's see here. Alright. This is a fun show. So we have Samuel Brown returning, or officially showing up, which I figure he's got to be a promo, right? Like, probably the pre-release promo for the packs. He's looking good, though. Like, you know, better than a repainted Fourth Mass. It's kind of nice to get that era back into Contemporary Scape. Bike Gang. Is the bike only 2 figures, or is it just the third one's kind of missing? I forget. And these guys are pretty cool. I have no idea what they're going to do. Like, these weapons are very hard to use, so I could see them having kind of like a high risk, high reward type of thing. These guys don't give off like unique squad vibes. I feel like these guys are going to be common heroes, or common squads. And we have Krampus right there holding the giant Oreo. Sam Brown is buffing soldiers somehow, only contemporary soldiers though. Yeah. Does Sam Brown have soldier? What is Sam Brown's class? I assume it's soldier. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, Krampus is gonna be fun. I've been wanting like holiday units for a while, so hopefully, like, I would love to have Krampus and Santa Claus, like a Santa, like a variant, like kind of just like an old dwarf with a like a whip and some riding a reindeer or something kind of funny would be cool. But Sam Brown's really exciting to have. And the ninjas got to have a drive-by ability. They got to be able to like move 7 or 8 spaces and attack at any point while moving, and they just kind of zip around the battlefield, slicing people up. You like how the VC Brilliants can avoid death reader screens, which combines gameplay and lore elements. Yeah, they're probably more like thoughtful than just they have attacks against Soborg. They're probably a lot more actually playing some mechanics. Now I think about them. I still can't get over the fact that they're Star Wars figures. So I'm happy to get some official Meridians. Also, I think Jandar is just a better faction for him. Yeah, Sam Brown's seems to be exactly the same, just as official release. That's pretty exciting. It's just Sam Brown. And let's see here. Let's see what this picture's got here. Oh, we already did that one. We already did you. This one. There we go. So yeah, it's a 3-man squad. I have no idea what Frankenstein is going to be over here. They're obviously trying to homage. Are these okay? So the big question is: are these two the same unit? Like, does he transform into this guy, or does he like, get a summon and control him? That's the big question. Also, what allegiance? They aren't Ular coded. At least the artwork teased almost seemed like a new background. Are we getting a new general with these guys? I think he's going to be a scientist. I think we're going to have another wizard scientist. And maybe he's Valerak. But he has like, or Vidar just based off color schemes. The fact that they're both missing a boot is interesting because it makes them seem a lot more related. The artwork shows him like very green and almost goblin-like, so maybe he's actually just like a goblin. I don't know. These guys have a lot of questions. And then we have Deathwalker 10K. A lovely lad there. What's going to be the 10 element of him? Because honestly, 10 defense is the same as 9 defense. Yeah, I'm hoping he's an elf wizard. They could use that. Maybe the 9th elf wizard is canon now. I think he's going to definitely be a scientist because they mentioned in some of the chats that scientists are definitely getting a boost. And he seems more like Dornipa is a scientist and a wizard, so maybe we just have another one that's that same pairing. Deathwalker 10,000, is he going to have 10 lives and like 1 defense? Or is he going to have like a 10 range move, 10 defense and 1 life, and just keep him a classic Deathwalker? Because this is interesting because we haven't had a Deathwalker past the iteration of Deathwalker. So if we could believe that each one is kind of an improvement somehow over the other, kind of like the Omnidroid from the Incredibles, is like what's the improvement they're making from the original Deathwalker? And that he dies to a whiff. So I feel like this guy will whiff every time but not die. Like I feel like they're gonna invert that. Now, and is this gun going to be a big beam? Is it going to be explosion? Like, he's going to obviously have some kind of powerful special attack. It'd be fun if he just had a 10 attack dice special attack. Like, he's entirely offense oriented, and he just like, it takes him like 2 turns to charge up, and it's just 10 dice he rolls. I think they're going to be doing a Green Knight from Green Arthur World. Yeah, well, let's pull up that teaser there. Where's that at? I wanted to make a video going more into this and talking about it, but I've been busy. So let's see if I can find that. Yeah, there we go. And we also have to think about how these all play into the theme of the alliances, too. It's something to consider. Because Deathwalker 10,000 is now allied with the Meridians, according to lore. Like, that's something to think about, too. Is that they work together. Okay, yeah, so there's the Green Knight. That was been teased. So I think he's going to be Ular. I think he is not going to be... I don't think he is going to be from Arthur World. I think it's too much of a jump from what we have here. I think he's going to be an Omen. I think he's going to, if he is, he's going to be an Omen. I think he could be from Arboreus, would be like a cool way to integrate him, because he kind of feels like all the other Dryad wizards. Maybe he's a knight and a wizard, but that doesn't really make much sense. But he's definitely, he's got to have some kind of ability where it's like return blows, where like he has the ability to give an equal amount of wounds received, if they're trying to kind of keep him accurate to the myth. So some, like, you give him 3 skulls, he gives you 3 skull, like three wounds type of deal. Because that's his whole thing. That's why he doesn't have a head. Is King Arthur court, he showed up and issued a nightly challenge on the Christmas Eve party. And he says that whoever struck him, he would return an equal blow come next season. So I believe it was Gawain struck him and chopped off his head, and he picked it up, walked out, and said, pretty much see you next year. So maybe a rejected by death ability. I don't know. I don't know whether he's the one I'm most excited and curious about, because I think I just know the most about. Where's our little trickster boy at? Little Fae. The fairies are, because he's definitely going to be. It was on one of the promotionals. I forget where it was. Let's see if I can find that real fast here. Because I know in the lore book they talk about fairies belonging, I think, on a moon of Phaland, like a nearby moon. But I can't find the image where he was at. Maybe it's on the YouTube page here. Let's see here. No, they haven't posted it. I know he's somewhere, but there was a teased fairy. Obviously, it'll probably be in. It could be an Aquila. Honestly, I feel like Aquila is a better match for fairies than Ular, but it could be either or. And what else was teased? I think that's all we have revealed so far. As for what other expectations, I assume we're gonna get a toxic terrain pack. Would be the most obvious. I think, okay, so I think there's 1 or 2 packs they're not showing off here. I think it feels like, at least according to lore, we're really missing gladiators for my boy Taylord. Like, he specifically kind of calls out gladiators, and yet there's really no gladiators in contemporary that he will work with. So it's it definitely feels like we're gonna get kind of like how we have the elites of Ular, like some elites of Utgar, or maybe like Leviatax gladiators would be kind of cool, where they're just like beefed up minions. Would be really cool to see. I'm hoping we get those. That way Taylord, right now he's not very good. Compared to classic Taylord, he's not very good. Green Knight was played by Sean Connery. Yeah. Good movie. At least the new one is. Yeah, the fairy. I have no idea what the fairies are gonna do. They're gonna be annoying to play with and against, I think, is my only prediction. And yeah, so we have the stuff that feels like it's missing. We have no common insects. Why would we put that bonding in for the Skodire if we have no common insect heroes? I feel like it's not going to be an Aquila insect heroes. I feel like it's going to be some kind of Einar insect, possibly we're getting. No one could beat classic Taylord. Yeah, not even new Taylord can. I think he's not I just wish it was for every attack instead of just one. It feels too limited, too neutered. I wish his flame sword also was like a special attack where you could have like the chance just to insta kill anything. It just feels a little, feels like the sculpt and the powers don't coalesce too much. Yeah, medium and large beast for the Trians. We could really use some more beasts. I'm hoping we get a beast pack just with like 6 new beasts is really what I'm hoping for. New Chailord is cheaper though. Yeah. But it's just like 1 extra skull a turn. I guess he's cheaper and beefier. And he's a little bit more like he's not bad. He's just kind of like he could have been better. I think he's going to be better with gladiators. That's why I'm hoping he gets us. He needs to go to the gym. Yeah, yeah. He's got that belly. He's about at his limit right there. And witches, Revna witches. We also feel like we need those. Like we have a lot of these open tags that are really, really bothering me. Like a Revna witch, I think is going to unify the entire Revna faction, and they need some kind of aura, just some kind of all undead within 4 spaces have +1 to attack, and then the Revna faction is great because then you can spam acolytes like that. You go from that 2 attack to that 3 attack. Common or unique beast pack. I would take either one. We need like 10 new beasts that are all like 20 points. Oh, we have the mummy hands. I forgot those 2, which were, I can't find where they were shown. Let me see if I can find that real fast here. Yeah, where is that image? I don't remember where it was posted in Discord. I should just find Mega Silver's page and then we're set. Yeah, I can't find it. I think the mummy hands are going to be unique squad for that. We have the, I think my prediction, at least for the lore of the mummy hands, is that they are going to be the hands of the giants that exist in Heroscape lore. Lizard folk hero, except that's tied up in D&D licensing. Yeah, that one's just kind of there. It is bothersome. I think we're to get, we have to have a unique undead cavalry. Like that has just been teased at so much, and then maybe a new. I'm hoping we have an undead cavalry, a new Sonia, and then Cyprian is like the boss figure of this era. Like we have a revitalized Cyprian. Where's the figure based on the 2020? That's true. Where is Nick Elder's figure at? That's the real question. It's like that's a cool name for a figure. When is it showing up? So there's a lot of things that feel like there's missing. So maybe we have more being revealed than we think. Wink, wink. Well, I want to talk about it, but I can't, so I'm not. Pirate faction needs a common squad. Yes, yes, they do. And everyone who says they don't, I just want pirates to stay relevant because right now pirates are just kind of falling behind. They worked really good in the AOA master set as just kind of this unit you can play and field your pirates. I think the pirates have just a lot of problems inherently for the larger play. They're very kind of sick. Like the pirate faction works best at like 1,000-point armies if you can include everyone in your army, but they just have no one they can lose. Like if you lose one pirate, the even one unique squad pirate, like the whole army kind of starts to just go downhill. It it could use some. I would love to see some like Eastern pirates as just summoned that just are pirates. They don't have to be, have the pirate tag and all that kind of stuff. I think it would just help them stay relevant a lot more because we see kind of the secrets that a lot of units that were starting to fall behind are kind of getting rebuffed back up. Frost claws are a lot more viable now with some of the things that were released. I mean, pirates got Eel and Fuhua, which really helped, as well as Thorman, but they just need some dispose. It also would help lore because they're always like the pirates are so strong, we need to ally against them. I'm like, there's like eight guys, my dude. Just roll better, Yeah, Asian pirates. They're that I just like the aesthetic a lot better of like Chinese pirates and stuff like that. It's just it's something different. And it feels like it would fit better well into your traditional pirates. Um yeah, but I would like to see some common beast. It would be really nice to have. Honestly, we just need beasts that also give like some defensive bonus to the Dryans. The Dryans are struggling a little bit to keep up with they just need better beast. Maybe they'll show us a citadel. That would be cool. Some citadel terrain. I didn't even think about that. Like I don't know what the citadel is. No one really does. So I'm excited to see where it's going. Let's see if my phone is charged yet. Asian pirate queen that can bring back dead pirates as undead pirates. I'll take it. Honestly, some kind of revive or save mechanic for pirates would be really appreciated. Like it'd be cool if we got Blackbeard. Like just a like I've talked about this before in one of my videos, but just a a pirate flag bearer. Someone mentioned in the Discord, but like instead of getting just your standard flag bearers, like getting like faction flag bearers. So instead of just getting a new Olar flag bearer, we get the Ular Aquila flag bearer or the Jandar Akar one. That's kind of like a combination of both factions represented, which I think is really cool. I think it's a cool way to go about that. That's something I would love to see. Yeah, I think undead pirates would be really good. Like it opens up a lot of avenues for them for army building. Which is it's not too far off. Like a skeleton crew of pirates kind of makes sense. Let's see if I can get my camera back working real fast, y'all. Alliance flag bearers? Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. Like because the Citadel is all about the combination of alliances. So you have like Jandar and Utgar teamed up together. So you would have like maybe a Deathwalker that's half Setian and half Omnicron fused together as their flag bearer. A bear's flag bearer? Oh, that works even better actually. Yeah, just one because they're very representative of both factions. I would like like a wizard flag bearer for the alliance would be kind of cool. Um Maybe some kind of ninja for the clockwork combine. Um get like a we could have like a Death Reaver, but it has like Q11 like arms or something for the flag. But there's a lot like I really want them to lean into these combo aesthetics a lot more. If they're doing all the work of doing it, like lean into it. Okay. I just gotta push some buttons real fast here. There we go. And I think we're back online. All right. Just a temporary hiatus. And we're back to painting green. There was a lot of green in this last wave between the gruts and the flag bearer is pretty good. Inspiration for you, as I say to all my D&D players that make a very good joke. You get inspiration. I'll tell you, allergies have been so bad. I've been sniffling and snorting like nobody's business here. Yeah, I think there's just going to be a lot to go over for sure after the stream. I can hardly wait for it. Like, that's why I'm not sleeping right now. I am just kind of like, I said, I'm pre-gaming right now. I'm just kind of like, all right, it's always a very long day of so much to read and so much to talk over. Let's get this guy all painted up here. Sometimes when you put your paint on, it gets a little bit too thick. You can take your brush while it's still wet and just spread it around. That way you can still preserve those details. I am the most curious about the Green Knight. I am just like, is he going to help Knights as a faction? Is he going to help the Dryads? Is he going to... There's a lot of units floating around out there. And are they going to be common or unique? That's really what it's going to come down to. We are getting this guy going. Late night coffee drink. What also helps, I don't have work tomorrow either. Normally at this point I'm like, oh wait, I have to get up at 6 in the morning. Probably bedtime, but I'm kind of in the zone now. That move to get to the new studio. No, it was in the house I was in. I just I did have to rearrange 3 rooms. So my boys used to be in here, and this used to be their room, but they got kind of too big for it. So then we moved the boys to the playroom we had because there's a little bit more space, and then we moved the playroom down to the garage where I was at. And we moved my studio up into the boys' room. So it's been I've been working on this for about the past month. Is why I've been relatively absent from a lot of things. But I'm definitely planning on giving you all a full tour of it I'll be making a little video about it. I have, it's not just like the studio. I have all the Heroscape and itemized boxes. It's all labeled. It's all, I know where everything's at. So I feel like I have my life back in order now. I have a lot more desk space. I was using 2 computers before. Well, I just didn't have anywhere to, like, I really was trying to make the best of what I had, but I had no wall space to mount things, or really I had one spot in the garage with adequate plugs, so I was really stuck into a bad spot. It was tough. I've been there for like half a decade at this point. Maybe a little bit less time, but I've been in that one place for a long time. So it's very nice just to get out of it and have a dedicated space for this. It's also just like my office for work, and not for work, but like for, well, I have a couple jobs like for editing and stuff like that too. So it's all one spot, which is really nice. And I love designing like a background in a set. Like, it's been killing me because it was really hard to do in my previous area. There just wasn't the space for it. And so now it's like I get a set build, I get to mess around with lighting arrangements. To take a picture of a place now and then take a picture 3 months later to see if you're able to maintain your new studio. Probably, I mean, yeah, that's, I don't know if I want to be held accountable to that. I for sure it will be changed like 4 times. If I do one thing is I fiddle with the background to try to get it just right. But so far it's, I mean, we're breaking it in. So check back in 3 months. We'll see how we're doing. See if I'm in different spirits. But right now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better than I have in a long time. I think I've been in a bit of a creative block lately, just because it was so hard to maintain a bit of that creative flow. Just because I love my kids, but they would come in and they would knock over all the paints, or I would knock over all the paints trying to grab something. And I didn't know where anything was. And I have all my paints where I can see them. I have all my skate figures where I can grab them. All my D&D stuff is categorized and put away. It's been very healing to my cluttered brain. So I'm happy. Like, I've been wanting to add new graphics to the live stream for a long time, and I haven't had the motivation to create them or to put them up, new music and all that kind of stuff. So it's been nice just getting things into order, because I enjoy doing this. It's not a very lucrative type of thing, but I enjoy it. It's a pretty big part of my life, so I wanted to make a little bit of investment to it. All right, now we're almost done here. I need to get my hairbrush working. I could have saved a lot of time. But I'll be glad to get these guys off the books. I have like a month until Secrets arrives, right? Like, and those are some big figures. Like, painting Gimbal is going to be a haul. I'm curious how that's going to be packaged, like how accessible the little dragon inside is going to be. All right. Now we're going to dry brush without the camera dying. Using this lighter green over it. These models are really great for this method. That's kind of why I originally decided to do it. And we're just going to gradually start building up gradients till we get to this very nice off look from it. Alright, I think from there we'll go to Emerald Forest. Did you have the old trees and the old road sets? Yes. Do I have the old trees? Hold on, I'll... This is about 80% of my trees right here. I have a lot of terrain. You have 4 of them and never knew there was an issue with the big tree. Made mods to make the big tree fit. See, I never knew that there was an issue either. I never detected it. I know Heroscape mentioned it, but I never caught that, so it never was like an issue to me. It always seemed to fit fine for me. We're kind of just building these gradients up here, piece by piece. I don't know if it's hot where y'all live, but it's been hot here. It's been 90 degrees and 89% humidity last week. I'm feeling it. Dry brushing is very relaxing, very satisfying. These models have really good texture, so it just kind of catches onto it. Probably using a bit too big of a dry brush, but I just want to blow past it, so I'll get a smaller one for these. And with dry brushing, you can take a couple passes over to brighten some areas if you so choose. Pretty close to the same in Star Wars. Oh, not Star Southwest Wisconsin, I think that's what that means. We got rain the last 2 days. Yeah, it's just been kind of hanging in the air. It wants to rain, like it hasn't committed yet. And so that even when there's a breeze, Yeah, it feels like someone has a blow dryer on my face. Really, is what it feels like. And I have to work outside. I've been outside for 8 hours today. And black long sleeve pants and shirt. They're cat eye paints for miniatures. What is cat eye? Oh, it's just like painting cat eye specifically, or is that a brand? Maybe I'm just uninformed. Sometimes people online will disparage dry brushing. It's such a great technique to have in your toolkit. Just able to. I just realized this was on. You are able to just blend colors so easily and really create these smooth transitions between colors. Doesn't work on everything, but it is a great thing to have. Type of nail polish where there are metal particles in the paint so you can make interesting designs using magnets. Huh. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I'll look into it. Paints with metal on them. Huh. I haven't heard of it, but I'm sure something like that exists out there. Definitely want to make sure you remove the excess all on the brush, because you'll kind of get like these cloudy areas that are just a little too heavily applied. We're really trying to go for a heightened sense of contrast on these guys. If you ever get an MRI, one of the questions have you asked, do they have any cat eye pains in your body? Huh. Interesting. I'm hoping not to get an MRI anytime soon. But if I do, I'll be sure to put some cat's pants on. That's what they want, right? Is for you to wear them. Because MRIs love magnets. Okay. This part's a lot easier than the base coating for sure. Things you learn when you're at a hospital. Thankfully, I haven't been to the hospital too much. I'm kind of scared of doctors. One time, I did have to be in there for like 2 weeks because I somehow contracted West Nile virus. And I got it during the pandemic. So I didn't even like see my wife and kids for like 2 weeks while I was just alone in the hospital. That was a tough time. Just working our way through the Revenants of Revna. I really hate that name. I wish they were called like the Murkheim Revenants, and they'd be so cool. It's a little redundant. Glad I'm feeling better. Me too. Yeah, that was a. For some reason I got like a lump in my throat that was like this big. I think that's where the mosquito bit me with it, and I was rocking like 109 fever. It was crazy. This method right here is, if I assume for the Green Knight, if you're looking to kind of paint Green Knight in kind of cool green colors, this is a good way to kind of build it up as well. Allegedly, knowing what the Green Knight does or looks like. I just hope we get Taman the Hunter. He's been talked about so much in the lore. I just want him to show up. Theorize of Revna. You can even I like the name Revenant because it has like a lot of weight to it, but it doesn't have to include of Revna in it. It's just a little. It's not easy to say. Like, that's why Revna is called Revna. Like, it's obviously a play on the name Revenant. Do you want them to redo Mittens? Mittens is perfect. So the only reason I would want them to redo Mittens is so that more people could have Mittens. I want like alternate. I want like the Rannoch Warlord to be inspired by Mittens. Like instead of like those power gauntlets, he has like a cannon arm or something, kind of like a similar design aesthetic. But I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for Mittens. 9-year-old me saw the giant snake with robot gloves, and I said, "This is my identity now." I wouldn't mind a like elite Venoch Warlord that's black. If they were to redo him, would be kind of cool. Okay, let's build up to the next color now. Now we're gonna go to the appropriately named bright green Pro Krill. This is gonna add a lot of punch to these guys. And we're just going to do kind of the outermost parts. Feels like it gives them a little bit more of a ghostly look with this. Pittman's died, one of the elite Onyx Vipers became the new Viper Warlord. That'd be cool. I would like if like the Vipers had kind of like an evolutionary mechanic as they rose through the ranks. Would be kind of a cool addition to the lore. What I really want is like a Viper Alpha, like a giant Viper. It kind of is like a hub for all the Viper armies. Would be really cool. Okay. Taking some of that original cream we're using and just toning some areas down where I overbrushed and smoothing it out a bit. Just a couple spots I noticed. Now get the brightest what you have. Going to give them red eyes. Yeah, I'll probably give them red eyes once they're all their layers are done. Glowing bright red eyes would be nice on them. That's a good call. And now we're almost going to kind of transition away from these greens, and we're going to dry brush them with white. A light dry brush. It's probably gonna be like a light green just because the stuff mixed in. As a way to Okay. Viper Mother gives birth to Viper. Yeah, I think Vipers could go for a revive mechanic or resummon mechanic, or just something that like lets you move order markers around. And just some kind of Viper hub would be really cool. There's something above a warlord. And we're just going around this white. We're gonna be toning this. Oh wow, the hand just popped off. Guess I'll glue it back on. I think this is my least favorite model out of all the Revenants. And this is my favorite. Okay, so we have like this gradient of colors like this, but we're gonna add our secret sauce to these guys now to really make them pop. Imagine 3 light onyx vipers became 3 different kinds of evolved viper, each becoming a unique hero. That'd be really cool. Although we think one is dead, it's attached to a pirate ship. So at least according to the lore, one of the vipers is like how the griffins on one of the pirate ships. One of them has just a dead elite viper. Rest in peace. But yeah, like just different forms of Viper Warlords would be really appreciated. Like a really cool, like I think it'd be cool to have one that does special attacks because the Vipers could really use a special, and then have one that's like I don't know, like a tank, kind of like VC's Azurite Warlord. That's just kind of a bulky Viper frontliner, and then one that's like a support or a alien or something. That'd be kind of fun. All right, so we're gonna take some fluorescent green. Fluorescent paints have a high density of pigments. They're very bright and they catch the light a lot more naturally. And we're gonna mix it with just a tiny bit of fluorescent yellow to create a ghostly shade here. We'll actually use this kind from the Lethal Shadows, which has just a bit of a brighter color to it. Still fluorescence. Making this very radioactive looking glow. I'll blend these colors down with it. Fluorescents are very thin paints. They act a lot like glazes, where you can kind of put them over all your existing colors and kind of blend them all together so they look a little bit less choppy. But we still are able to maintain those shadows since it's so light. And this is kind of like just you're painting it normally now. That these colors are just kind of settling where they need to be. And this area around the head, I always find is kind of double check that because it has a weird way of settling there. Okay. And you kind of just repeat that process for all your Revenants right there. You, of course, can also go through when you're all finished and do a light dry brush of white just to make them look a little bit more spectral, like the Phantom Knights. Or you can kind of keep them like this. Either way looks good, that's just more preference. If you shine a black light on these will really, really pop. You can kind of use a dry brushing motion as well if you want to catch just the raised light areas and preserve the shadows a bit as well. I have that color mix. All right, I think we're gonna call it about here. I think I finally have gotten a little bit tired. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I will be seeing you all again tomorrow, as tomorrow is actually the big day of the renegadecon reveals. So definitely stay tuned for my recap of all that has happened. Stay tuned for a video I made for Renegade as well during that RenegadeCon. It's a big project, so I'm glad that it's finally done and people get to see it. Curious on everyone's thoughts on it. I had some technical issues while filming, and I was thankfully able to edit around them. This is kind of slowly but surely. This is what your acolytes will look like if you follow this formula here. Nice, spooky skeleton ghost revenants. I was going to save these guys for October, but I'm glad they're done. And they're just different than what they have before. They definitely look like their own thing, which I appreciate. And also, you don't have to paint 5 squads, all the details, and all that little stuff, but they have them still look kind of cool when they show up on the battlefield. Finishing up here. You did painting? I'm sorry, what's that referring to? There we go. I'm just almost committed to finish these guys. I know I said goodbye, but oh yes, on the renegadecon schedule, your name shows up. You're doing a paint session. Yes, I painted that. So I'll be. It's not live. It's pre-recorded, so it's all edited and put together. But we did. I had a power outage while filming, so I lost a couple shots. But we were able to put it together. We were able to. Thankfully, we had 3 cameras running, so we were able to salvage. All right. Not talking much. Let's try to get these guys all done. Be a big thing to get off my checklist. Okay, and the last one. I love the way the texture, the dry brush catches the shields on these guys. That's quite satisfying. Okay. If you really want to be extra, you can take that yellow fluorescent and pick out a couple key areas in the model, but you really don't need to do that. Okay, so there you have it. We have some spooky revenants for real this time. I'm gonna let these dry. I'll go back in, and if you have any spots that are kind of missing, you go back up and touch them. We'll add some red eyes to these guys and give them some cool bases, and then we should be good to go. Get them on the battlefield. But I mean, we got not bad for about 2 hours worth of work, about 2 squads done, and we could honestly have done that faster if we took some shortcuts like priming them all in the green and then working from there. Would have saved us a lot of time. But y'all take care. See you renegadecon, and let's hope we get some more awesome stuff tomorrow. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Y'all have a good one.